Hello and welcome back to Productive Dragons channel where we do unboxes, plan with me's, and other things. And if you like that, please consider subscribing. Today we're doing my PD TBR game. Want to see the rolls and what I get and what I choose? Come join me. This is a TBR game I created for myself to do TBRs for every 2 months. I did rolls in June for that. And did I do any of the books? I started some, but I didn't complete the thing. So there is no telling you what's going on. I might move some of them to this TBR. I don't know yet. We'll have to see when I do the rounds. What I do is I use a 20-side die and I roll it and I go around until I get to the end. So I start here and I end here, and there are 78 prompts between here and there. So without further ado, we are going to go ahead and start with my first roll, which is 11, which is a standalone. Okay. Next, 2. Arts and crafty book. Okay. That should be interesting. I got a few of those. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Book subscription. 18. By Puck Arthur. Okay. Another 18. Yeah. Random letter generator. Ooh, okay. All right. I'm going to keep rolling. 11. Continue a series. Okay. Let's hit 20, folks. Nope, 5. A Goodreads winner. Okay. 3. A small book. Okay, I can do that. 12. That'll end it. All right. So there's my rolls. I'll be right back to show you what I've picked, and I'll also show you what letter I got for the random letter generator for the author. Okay, now we're back to show what books I've picked for each selection. Here we go. My first roll was standalone, which for that I am going to be reading The House the Horror Built by Christina Henry. Harry Adams loves horror movies, so it's no coincidence that she's accepted a job cleaning houses for horror movie director Gerard Castillo. His forbidden graystone Chicago mansion, Bright Horses, is filled from top to bottom with terrifying props and costumes, as well as glittering awards from his career-making movies that thrilled audiences, until a family tragedy and scandal forced him to vanish from the industry. Javier values discretion, and Harry always tries to keep the house immaculate, her head down and her job safe. Then she hears noises behind a locked door, noises that sound remarkably like a human's voice calling for help. Harry knows not to ask questions is a vital part of keeping her job, but as soon as she discovers the house may be home to secrets she can't ignore. So that's what I've chosen. I love Christina Henry, so that was a good choice for the standalone. Next, I got Arts and Crafty book, which I've decided to use Danny Gregory's Art Before Breakfast. He is known for Sketchbook School. I get that, and he wrote a book, and I thought this would be great to read one of his books. I finally get to read one of his books to see what it's like, and how he gives you an idea of about 5 to 10 minutes of just creating exercises that would fill a schedule. I thought this would be a good book to reference for easy to learn his skills and what he tried for. So that's what I'm going to use for arts and crafts. The next one, it was book subscription. Now I get a lot of subscriptions and I have a lot of books under the subscription, so I could pick a lot. I had a difficult time, but I decided I was just going to pick one book, and the book that I chose was The Queen by Nick Cutter. I got this in a Nightworm subscription. It is one sunny morning in June. Margaret Carpenter wakes up to find a new iPhone on her doorstep. She switches it on and is greeted by a text from her best friend, Charity Atwater. The problem is Charity's been missing for over a month. Most people in town, even the police, think she's dead. Margaret and Charity have been lifelong friends. They share everything, know the most intimate detail about each other, except for the destructive secret hidden from the both of them. A secret that triggers a chain of events ending in tragedy, bloodshed, and death. And now Charity wants Margaret to know her story, the real story. In the narrative that takes place over one feverish day, Margaret follows a series of increasingly disquieting breadcrumbs as she forges deeper into a mystery of her best friend, a person she never truly knew at all. I thought, what good thing to do with a horror. So that was what I chose for book subscription. Next was BIPOC author. And for that, I chose a master of gin. I'm not going to pronounce Clark's first name because I will screw it up. I enjoy his work. I've really liked everything he's written so far. So this is going to be something totally different. And I thought, this will be something. Cairo 1912 through Fontamel I'm not even going to try. I'm butchering it. Is the youngest woman to work in the Ministry of Alchemy, enchantments, and supernatural entities. She's certain not a rookie, especially after preventing the destruction of the universe last summer. So when someone's murdered, a secret brotherhood dedicated to one of the most infamous men in history, I'm not saying that name, Agent Fantma, is called onto the case. I cannot pronounce this person's name and I'll try to. Transforms the world 50 years ago when he opened up a veil between the magical and the mundane realms, before vanishing into the unknown. The murder claims to be returned to condemned the modern age for its social oppressions. His dangerous magical abilities ingested unrest in the streets of Cairo that threatens to spill over onto the global stage. I know I would be butchering a lot of these names, but this is going to be fun. I have the audiobook, so I can't wait, and hopefully I'll understand how this is pronounced correctly. But I do enjoy this person's work. I have enjoyed everything he's written so far, so this is going to be an interesting one for me. Next was Random Letter Generator for author. Okay, here we go. I'm going to spin for the author. So I found an alphabet spinner. And we have... You're kidding. X. Ooh. I have to find someone... Author X. That could be either first or last. I didn't say which. So, we'll see what happens. And as you saw, what I got was X. And I'm glad I said either first name or last name. And luckily, I found one with a first name, which I am not going to pronounce because I will butcher it. It's Iron Widow. This one is going to be interesting. When 18-year-old Zetena offers herself up as a concubine pilot, it is assassinated to ace male pilot responsible for her sister's death. But when she gets her vengeance in a way nobody expected, she kills him through a psychic link between pilots and emerging from the cockpit unscathed. She is labeled an Iron Widow and is a much feared and much silenced kind of female pilot who can sacrifice boys to power up the Crystallist instead. To tame her unnerving yet invaluable mental strength, she is partnered up with Lee Sheeman, the strongest and most controversial male pilot in... For now that, and I'm not going to pronounce this right, has a taste of power, she will not coward so easily. She will miss no opportunity to leverage their combined might and infamy to survive attempt after attempt on her life, until she figures out exactly why the pilot system works in a misogyny way and stops more girls from being sacrificed. This one was like, oh, I wanted to read this, and I was like, oh, okay, this will be interesting. So I'm glad I've got this one. And I could actually find something for X, because I thought, no way. Next, we have Continuous Series, which is going to be Dan Wells' The Devil Only Friend. This is the fourth book in the John Cleaver series. I will not tell you about that. It is about a kid who becomes an adult throughout this series. And he knows he's a killer, but it's interesting how this one has been going, and I can't wait to read this one. Like I said, I'm on number 4, and I think there's 6 books in the series, so this will be interesting to continue this book because I've really enjoyed the character. Next was a good reads winner. So for that, I picked The Final Gambit. It was the winner of the 2022 Young Adult Fiction. This is the third book in the Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I've enjoyed these books. I'm right now on number 3, so this will be interesting to continue the series. I think there's a little bit more after this, but yeah, this was the good reads winner that I chose. I can't wait for it to see how far. I think there's a couple more books after that, but I'm not absolutely sure. And last but not least, I got Small Book, and for that I chose She and Her Cat. I am not going to pronounce their names because I will butcher them. She's lying alone on the edge of a sidewalk in an abandoned cardboard box. A nameless narrator contemplates in the different world around him. His mother long gone, his only companion is the sound of a nearby train. Just as he fears that the end is near, a young woman peers down at him. This fatal encounter changes their lives forever. So this is basically in the point of view of a cat. So I've enjoyed I believe they're Japanese. I've enjoyed some of the Japanese stories on cats and their points of view, so I thought this would be good, and it's only 144 pages, so this is definitely a interesting read that I'm going to be doing. So those are the books I chose for my TBR game. What did you think of the choices? I have 2 months to read them, and I think I am going to move over the months of June and July into this so I can catch up, and I'll see what I can do. And if that's the case, I will let you know on the next one, which will be in October, if I had done June and July's as well with the August and September. I'm going to put a poll in the community area asking if you would like me to, for the month of October, because it would be October, November. Should I just do that, or should I do the October, November, December? I'm going to let y'all choose, and hopefully people will vote and let me know. So by the time October comes around, I'll know whether or not I'm doing a 3-month or a 2-month. What did you think of my selections? Which books are you interested in hearing about? Let me know in the comments below. Like the video. And until next time, I hope everybody is having a wonderful